Live look at the return to Titletown celebration in Green Bay. You can see there they are, the fans piling in, getting ready to see the return to Titletown celebration at 4 o'clock. We are going to bring you this live once it begins. We're expecting to hear from the coaches and the players, including Aaron Rodgers, so stick around.
And next, more of what's hot. We're going to peer into the crystal ball and see what's in store for our Packers in the years to come.
The Lombardi Trophy returns to Titletown, and today's TMJ4 is the only station that can take you inside Lambeau during the ultimate Packers celebration. Return to Titletown.
Hey, Lance Allen.
All right, and we are live inside. Yeah, I'm here. Hey, how about that, Courtney? You know, we are live here at Lambeau Field. Obviously, the atmosphere, everyone's soaking it in. We have a lot of people here that are now coming into the stadium, filling the stadium with a lot of the dignitaries that are also here. And speaking of which, we just happen to have one of the biggest names here in all of Wisconsin. Hey. He's the governor, Scott Walker.
Absolutely.
How you doing, buddy?
What a crowd. I have my voice lost. It's just barely coming back. My boys and my wife were down with us at the Super Bowl. What a crowd. Out in the cold, they're loving it.
Okay, show us the proclamation. What is that right there, Scott?
This declares it not just a day, but the entire month. Super Bowl 45 champions, the Green Bay Packers. We couldn't be more proud of Wisconsin. It's the only thing that can bring Republicans and Democrats together forever, and that's the Green Bay Packers. We're so proud.
What is this like for you? How much pride does this give the state of Wisconsin?
Well, you know, it pumps us up. I told some of the folks down in Texas in the media that the day after a Packers game on a Monday, it's always better for production in the plants and people feeling better at work when they win. And for us, winning the Super Bowl, I think for the next year, it's going to be better for production and morale all across Wisconsin.
And I know we teased Charles Woodson a little bit and said, you know, hey, we're coming to see the president. And the president actually called Mike McCarthy yesterday, so I think he's coming around too.
Absolutely. I'm going to kid Charles that what he needs to do is make sure that jersey that we gave the president he wears when Woodson shows up at the White House. It's going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, what a great team coming back. 15 guys on the injured reserve list, 6th seed. Coming back from the smallest market in the NFL, and here we are, the world champions for the 13th time.
Governor Walker, thanks for joining us, and you might want to wear a hat. You know, it's a little cold out here.
I got a Packers one in my pocket.
He's saving it for later, Scott. Thank you very much. All right, Governor Walker joining us. Brian Goddard, another big dignitary in the studio. Back to you.
Lance, I'm glad you told him to wear a hat. I mean, seriously, what kind of he's an example.
You got it.
More Packers talk. Sunday's win was the 4th Super Bowl title. So how about the future of the green and gold? What are your predictions for the next decade? I was going to say if they can stay healthy next year, but I don't even know if injuries will sideline them given this last season. Yeah. So, you know, I think they could repeat. It's a lot of pressure to be talking about that right now, but it's possible.
Courtney, we got to have the big picture. I think a repeat is almost a lock here. I mean, here's the deal. Next year's game is in Indianapolis on NBC, so today's TMJ4 will have it. I have a close friend who lives in Indianapolis. I emailed him this morning. I've already got my room at his place. I think they're going back next year. I think in the next 10 years, I think with the nucleus of this team, the young players they've got, I think you're looking at a potential dynasty. I think they're in the Super Bowl 3 or 4 more times over the course of the next decade. And next year, I think it's a lock.
I hope he didn't jinx them.
I hope not. And Jeff, you don't think anybody's going to be pulled away? I mean, we've got some free agents and we've got some fantastic coaches that could get plucked off.
But look at the players, all these injured players that are going to be coming back. I mean, my goodness, just the players they lost this year. That's enough to take a team to a Super Bowl, and they're all going to be back.
Well, if history repeats itself, they will definitely be back next year. I mean, look, they were in Super Bowl 1 and 2, and then 31 and 32.
Oh, there you go.
So let's hope 45 and 46.
Our Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers return to Titletown. Please welcome your hosts, WFRB TV's Larry McCarron and Wayne Larrabee from today's TMJ4.
To historic Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Ladies and gentlemen, the title is back in town. The Green Bay Packers are world champions of football.
You know, Wayne, they called this return to Titletown They ought to call it Return to Titletown with a title.
Yes, indeed. And that's what we brought back from Dallas, Texas, ladies and gentlemen. Brought a title back to Titletown. I'd like to take this opportunity. You know, great organizations are built from the very top, and this one is no exception. I'd like to bring up to the podium here today the president and CEO of the Green Bay Packers, Mr. Mark Murphy.
Thank you, Wayne and Larry. First of all, I want to thank you, the fans. We have the best fans in the NFL. No other city in the NFL could have done this. This is unbelievable. We just appreciate everything you've done for us. I also want to thank a number of other people. As everybody knows, we have a very unique structure. It works, though, brings us championships. We got shareholders, I want to thank them. Our board of directors, and our executive committee. I also want to acknowledge all of our employees. We're a much bigger organization than we were in 1996. It was a challenge getting us to the Super Bowl, but every single one of them did a great job. I also want to acknowledge Ted Thompson. He's a job that he and his staff did this year was phenomenal. The injuries we had, lesser organizations and lesser teams would have really struggled. We won a Super Bowl. That's a tribute to Ted. I also want to recognize Mike McCarthy and his staff. Phenomenal job. Yeah. And last but not least, I want to thank all of our players. We have an unbelievable group of players. What they did was tremendous. So thank you to everybody. We're proud to bring the Lombardi Trophy back where it belongs, here in Green Bay.
Thank you, Mark. We have some very special guests on hand here today, and we'd like to start by welcoming the Honorable Mayor of the City of Green Bay, Mr. Jim Schmidt.
Hey, welcome to Titletown, USA. As Mayor of Green Bay, I'm so proud of this community, a community of hardworking people like the Packers, a community of families and friendship like the Packers, and a community with great leadership at all levels. As Mayor of Green Bay, I've authorized the permanent renaming of a street that will be called McCarthy's Way. Congratulations to the Green Bay Packers on a Super Bowl victory.
Thank you, Mayor. It is a distinct honor to welcome the newly elected governor of the great state of Wisconsin, Mr. Scott Walker.
Hey, Mark, 15 guys on the injured reserve list, the 6th seed in the playoffs, the smallest market in all of the NFL, and yet the greatest fans brought back the Lombardi Trophy where it belongs, to Lambeau Field. It's cold.
Go.
It's cold. We want to see the players. So, Mark, we're going to give you this and declare it not just Green Bay Packer Day, but all throughout Wisconsin for the entire month of February. It is the Super Bowl 45 champion Green Bay Packer month in Wisconsin. All the state loves you. Thank you for all you've done.
Thank you, Governor.
I think we're down to one microphone here, but that's good enough for Larry and I. We work with one mic anyway on the weekends. I'd like to welcome our next special guest, all the way from Washington, D.C., United States Senator Herb Kohl.
Thanks, Mark. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Go Pack Go! Go Pack Go! Congratulations to the Super Bowl champion, Green Bay Packers. Congratulations to Mark Murphy and Ted Thompson, Mike McCarthy, all the players and everybody associated with the organization. You represent the best in our entire country. And all across the state today, we are all Green Bay Packers, north, south, east, west, young and old. We believe in the Packers now and forever. Congratulations to everybody.
Thank you, Senator. All right, are you ready to meet your world champion Green Bay Packers? That's coming up next when we return to Titletown.
We are back.
Welcome back to Lambeau Field at Green Bay. Return to Titletown. Larry McCarron, I think everybody's ready to meet the Super Bowl champs.
I know I am. Let's do it.
Let us start with the defense that time and time again in the playoffs came up with the big plays to preserve victories. The architect of that defense, defense coordinator Dom Capers.
The Packer offense, no slouch in its own right. Please say hello to coordinator Joe Philbin.
Strength and conditioning, a big part of building a champion. Strength and conditioning coordinator Mark Levat and his two assistants, Dave Redding and Thaddeus Jackson.
Director of Player Development, Rob Davis. Director of Research and Development, Mike Ayers. Football Administration Coordinator, Matt Klein. And Coaching Administrator, Curtis Fuller.
Special teams became such a big part of the Green Bay Packer push to the playoffs and postseason. Please welcome Special Teams Coordinator Sean Slocum and Assistant Special Teams Coach Chad Morton and the members of Green Bay's coverage unit and kicking team.
And next up, my personal favorite, the offensive line. Offensive line coach James Campen and assistant offensive line coach Jerry Fontenot and the offensive lineman.
The opposite line to the offensive line, the defensive line. Please welcome defensive line coach Mike Turgovic, defensive quality control coach Scott McCurley, and the defensive line of your world champion Green Bay Packers.
Yeah. Next up, the tight ends. Please welcome tight ends coach Ben McAdoo and his players, the Packer tight ends.
The outside linebackers, the pass rushers, the teeth of the Green Bay Packers defense, led by outside linebackers coach Kevin Green.
Next up, the Packer running backs, led by former Packer Edgar Bennett.
The inside linebackers, the guys who coordinate the defense up front, led by assistant head coach, inside linebackers coach Winston Moss.
Next up, your Packer wide receivers, who are coached by Jimmy Robinson. Please say hello to your wide receivers.
Green Bay's star-studded defense had 3 jewels who were all pro in the secondary, and it was one of the backbone pieces to this championship. Please welcome the defensive backfield of the Packers, secondary and safeties coach Darren Perry, secondary cornerbacks coach Joe Witt Jr.
And now, please welcome your Packer quarterbacks, who are coached by Tom Clements.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, again turn your attention to the southeast end zone tunnel and the moment you've been waiting for. Led by head coach Mike McCarthy, general manager Ted Thompson, the return to Titletown of the Lombardi Trophy. Coming up, we'll talk with the architect of your world champion Super Bowl Packers and the head coach when we return to Titletown. Welcome back to Return to Titletown, and it's such a pleasure to have the head coach of your Super Bowl champions, Mike McCarthy.
Hey, it's great to be here. I just want to thank the fans. You're clearly an energy force for our football team. Just keep bringing that passion, that energy, and we'll keep bringing them trophies home back to you. Great job this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't get done without great talent evaluation and acquisition. The architect of your Super Bowl champions, Mr. Ted Thompson.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a great day to be a Packer, isn't it? This is a great group of guys. It took everybody on the team to win this thing, but the Lombardi Trophy is back in Green Bay. Sorry about that. Thank you.
Let me ask you, Mike McCarthy, this football season as it went along, when did you get the sense you had a team of destiny? Well, I'll say this. After we lost the Arizona game last year, just in the exit interviews, the players felt very strongly that we had a team to go win a winning championship. Our path was different, obviously, just the way with the injuries and so forth, but they have great confidence, great resolve, unbelievable support from the Packer Nation, and we're going to do it again next year.
Wayne, Ted Thompson always talks about players being good teammates. Ted, how important was that in your Super Bowl championship?
Well, it was vital. There's no way we could have made through this without the guys being good teammates. We had new guys came in. We had our core leaders take those guys in. It was a wonderful group experience. Like I said, it took everybody to win this thing. And it's just remarkable what these young men did.
Mark Murphy, you've been on the field on a Super Bowl champion. Now you're the president and CEO of a Super Bowl champion. Kind of describe that, bridge that for us in your life.
Well, they're both unbelievable experiences, but being able to win it for the fans of Green Bay was really something special. And as Mike said, there's a lot of history and tradition here. We got to start winning some more to catch up with Lombardi.
Well, Mike, when does it begin for you guys? When does the repeat start? Well, we're going to have some fun today, so not till tomorrow at least. So let's have a great time. Thanks for being here. You guys are awesome. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mike McCarthy, Ted Thompson, Mark Murphy, your Super Bowl championship brain trust. Coming up, we'll meet the key members and the coaches of this championship team when we return to Lambeau. Welcome back to Return to Titletown, and I've got some key members of the world champion defense. All-pro safety, Nick Collins. The heart and soul of the Green Bay defense, Charles Woodson. The coordinator, Dom Capers. And you all know him as the Claymaker, Clay Matthews.
Charles, you have often said you're in this thing to win a Super Bowl championship. Have you come down from it yet?
No, I'm never going to come down from it. This is what you play the game for, and we won it, finally got here. And this is something that nobody can ever take from us, so I'm never coming down from this high.
Clay Matthews, kind of describe your meteoric rise in the National Football League and the kind of season that you have put together now back-to-back.
You know, I really couldn't have done it without my teammates, coaches, the fans, everybody that's been a part of this Packers organization. So really I contribute all of my success, all the team success to everybody who's been around this organization, and most importantly, you, the fans.
How about Nick Collins' return for a touchdown with an interception in the Super Bowl? Nick, like you did all year, you guys overcame injuries in the biggest game. How do you guys do that all the time?
We just play as one unit. There's no individuals on our team. So we just go out there. We believe in each other to go out there and just go play football for 60 minutes. And that's what we did. We kept our head into the game, kept a lot of poise, and we champions right now.
You sure are.
I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, defense wins championships. And we have the best defensive coordinator in the National Football League with us in Dom Capers. Dom, I mean that sincerely. Let me ask you this. Go back, been here now 2 years. Go back to a point in the middle of that first season when the Packers were 8-8 and getting ready to play the Dallas Cowboys. Was that the point where your defense, your players started to buy into what you were preaching?
I don't think there's any question, Wayne, and we've been blessed to have the best defensive players in the National Football League, and we certainly have the best fans in the National Football League.
Back to Sir Charles. Charles, when did you know this team was special?
Well, I thought we had a special team all season, just the way we continue to battle, you know, through all of those injuries that we battled through. But I think after the Patriot game, going into the New York Giants game here in Lambeau Field, the way that this team responded to that adversity, knowing that if we lost that game, we were out. But we still had a shot at winning it, and we did it. We did it.
You sure did.
Clay, I don't want you to give away any locker room secrets, but it is pretty much public knowledge now that that gentleman over there, Mr. Woodson, got after you guys at halftime and gave you an impassioned speech. Could you tell us a little bit about what was discussed at halftime of the Super Bowl?
Well, it was just an emotional, heartfelt speech from Charles. Obviously, he wanted to be out there and contribute for the team, but he couldn't. So, you know, he really told us that he was proud of us to go out there, finish us the way, finish the way in which we know how to. And we came away with a victory for him, for us, for the team, coaches, and for the fans.
Nick, what is it like seeing all these fans out here today, all the fans there to greet you when the buses came through town yesterday? What's it like?
Just a very special moment. Something I'm going to cherish for the rest of my life. I've been chasing this dream for a long time. Now it's finally here, and I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Dom Capers, we mentioned over the course of last week how important it would be for some veteran players to win a Super Bowl, Charles Woodson being one of those primary players. But for you as a head coach, you've been in this league for 25 years. You've been a successful head coach. You brought a Carolina team here to the NFC Championship game. You had told me you had coached in 4 championship games that had never gotten to the Super Bowl. Talk about not only what getting to the Super Bowl meant to you as a professional and a person, but also to win it.
Well, probably a lot of people don't realize that I've been involved in the last 2 Packers Super Bowls. One on the other side where we lost here in Lambeau back in '97. And I figured if you can't beat them, you need to join them.
How about that?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it not only for these players and Dom Capers, but the entire Packer defense.
All right. Defense wins championships, and these fellas that did, congratulations on a championship here in Green Bay for the defense. Coming up, we'll look at special teams. We've got offense. We got a lot more to go here on Return to Titletown. Welcome back to Return to Titletown. Special teams became such a key emphasis, Larry McCarron, in training camp this summer. And boy, I tell you what, down the stretch, it really paid off, didn't it?
They sure did. Improvement throughout the season, and then the playoffs, the Super Bowl, outstanding. And right next to me is a guy who became a special teams beast, Jared Bush. Jared, what's a Super Bowl championship mean to you, buddy?
Feels awesome. Got to tip my hat off to the rest of my teammates. Couldn't do without them. Got the greatest fans also. Hey, we did it, man. We did it.
You sure did.
The coordinator of the special teams who worked so hard, Sean Slocum, so often in those practices all summer at training camp, painstaking teaching of fundamentals of special teams play, and it really worked out for you. And congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. Our guys did a great job taking the plan and the work and moving forward throughout the season. We overcame a bunch of obstacles, and brought the Lombardi Trophy back to Green Bay.
It certainly did. The specialist, Tim Masthay, the punter, Mason Crosby, the kicker.
Good.
Tim, I got to tell you something. You emerged as an unknown rookie through a tough competition in training camp. You came on, and as the season wore on, you became one of the best placement punters in football. Congratulations on your season in the championship.
Well, thank you very much. I'll say I never thought that punting in the freezing cold would be so much fun.
Yeah, it's not easy to kick. How do you kick in this weather?
You just deal with it. It's just been a blast to be a part of this organization, this team this year, and I hope to be around here and play with this great organization for a while.
Mason Crosby, talk a little bit about Lambeau Field. It's a special place in terms of playing football, but also the wind currents in here, and you got to know a little bit about that too when you're in your business, don't you?
Oh yeah, it's fitting that we're out here and it's freezing and windy. I mean, we should have played the Super Bowl here, right? But
yeah, they'd agree with that.
I think they'd agree. But we took this cold weather down to Dallas and made it our hometown, and this is what we're used to. And I was just saying to Tim that it's crazy that we played in games cold as this, because it feels pretty cold out here.
Yeah, especially if you're just watching like you guys have been here today. The Super Bowl kickoff is the first thing that happens. Talk a little bit about that. Mike McCarthy decided to put his defense on the field first, which meant you got to kick off the Super Bowl. What was that like?
Man, there was a lot of energy. You know, I hit a little driven ball. I wanted to crush a touchback, obviously. I think I hit it a little too hard, and it just I might have compressed the ball. I thought I was going to flatten it, but it's all right. No, I was so pumped up. I had a lot of fun. Guys flying around. We did a great job, you know, covering all day, and you know, we were able to stick them back there at that last drive and make them have to go the whole field, and our defense just shut it down.
Jared, what's it like to cover kicks in a Super Bowl with that much on the line?
You know what? You just got to lay it on the line. You know, it's a Super Bowl. Lay yours back. That's what Sean and Chad always, you know, harp on us about. And just go play fast and try and make plays and don't hold anything back. And we did just that, you know, came back with the Lombardi Trophy.
And Sean, what does it take to be a great special teams player for a team like you guys had this year?
It takes the energy like we have in these stadium full of Packer fans. It takes guys that disregard of the body and lay it on the line, as Jared said, and just being all in.
Thank you, Sean Slocum.
All right, coming up when we return to Titletown, the offense of your world champion Green Bay Packers in the spotlight. Coming up next. Welcome back to Return to Titletown. Wayne Larrivee, my broadcast partner, Larry McCarron, members of the world champion Green Bay Packers offense. Let's start on your side, Larry.
Hey, first of all, while you were gone, folks, you missed Jason Spitz taking his shirt off and doing a belly flop out here. It was great. Next to me, Wayne, Jordy Nelson. Jordy, how you doing?
Doing great.
Jordy, how's it feel to be a Super Bowl champion?
It's unbelievable, especially with an organization like the Green Bay Packers. Just be able to put our stamp on the history here, be a part of it, and we'll be remembered forever.
I seem to recall you had a pretty big day Sunday. How'd that feel?
It was unbelievable. I don't know how to say. It was great. Had a lot of opportunities, tried to make the most of them, and just helped this team win the trophy.
Who you got by you there, Wayne?
I got the all-pro wide receiver of the Green Bay Packers, 2 touchdown receptions, Greg Jennings. What was Sunday like for you?
It was unbelievable. obviously you play this game to get to that stage, and to have an opportunity to actually win the game and bring the Lombardi Trophy back here, it's surreal right now. But these fans deserve it, and we worked hard to get it.
You certainly did. And the guy who helped you work through it, the offensive coordinator of the Green Bay Packers, Joe Philbin. Joe, congratulations on a tremendous run.
Well, hey, we got a great bunch of guys. They never gave up. They always believed in themselves. And, even after that bad game we played in Detroit, they just kept working. A great group of assistant coaches, our position guys on offense, did a phenomenal job.
And Larry, you got a guy that's been around here almost as long as I have. Actually, he's been around here the same amount of time, 12 years. Introduced us to Donald Driver.
You might have heard of him. Donald, I don't know who's happier about your Super Bowl championship, you or them.
I think we both are. We're both excited about this opportunity. The good part about it is we decided that we had to do it. We brought the trophy where it belongs. It started here, and look where we're at now. We're Super Bowl champs, baby.
That's right. Donald, you've been around a lot of teams and a lot of teammates. What made this one special?
The thing that started all season long is guys believe. And when you got guys that can believe that you can accomplish anything, you can do it. And what we did in Dallas was truly amazing. We got the Vince Lombardi Trophy right back at home.
Greg Jennings, I want to ask you about this receiver group. You guys, and talk a little bit about it. I guess this summer you made a little excursion down to Jordy Nelson's farm and a little bonding for the group. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it was a great experience, a unique experience, one that I could check off my bucket list. We did some strange things down there. My guy James Jones needs to get up here right now. He's a huge part of this receiver group.
Come on, James, where are you?
He's from California, so he's trying to stay by the heat.
Here he comes, number 89, James Jones.
James Jones.
What can I say, James? Your man called you out.
Yeah, he always does that, but nah, man, it's a great group of receivers, man. I love playing with them, man. We're very unselfish, and if we weren't unselfish, we couldn't bring the trophy back home, so I love these guys.
Hey, Wayne. One quick word from Donald Driver. Donald, what do you guys think of the fans, the support you've gotten this season?
Oh, we love you guys so much. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to accomplish the things that we accomplished. You guys cheer us on. The 70,000 fans that's in this stadium every Sunday, the million fans watching on TV. We love you guys. Thank you for your support. And guess what? We're Super Bowl champs, baby.
Great job. Hold on, offensive line. Offensive line. Oh, you're not getting out of here that easy.
Wait a second. We got the offensive line. Scotty, come on over.
All right.
There's no cheers.
Scotty is the handsomest and the smartest guy because he plays center, aren't you, Scotty?
That's right, that's right. Comes from a long line of centers under that description with yourself, Coach Campen, Jerry Fondo played center, so a lot of centers around here.
Scotty, how the last couple of days been for you, celebrating the Super Bowl championship?
It's been exciting. I think I got 2 hours of sleep in 48 hours, so it was exciting.
How did you like your offensive performance against the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I thought we did a good job. Aaron did an excellent job out there. We know if we give him time, he can pick any defense apart. The coaches do an outstanding job of getting us in winning situations with the play call, and I think that our line did an outstanding job protecting him, running the ball effectively enough to open up some passes. So we won a championship. That's all that matters.
That's right. And Scotty, how great was it to have your family being down there to celebrate your championship with you?
Oh, it was huge. It was huge. It's a memory that I can take with me for the rest of my life. I had all three of my kids on the field and my wife. The press conference, my little boy, who's about 15 months old, was sticking his finger in my ear, so it was exciting.
Congratulations to you, Scotty, and the entire Packer offensive line.
Congratulations to the offensive line of the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
Well, Larry, he's become kind of a folk hero.
Let's hear it.
In short yardage.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
We had number 30 up here. John Kuhn, congratulations.
Thank you very much. It really means a lot to come out here and see all the fans bear the elements on a day like today, on a work day. You guys are still here. You guys are still supporting us. Thank you very much.
John, would you say you're a blue-collar player, perfect for blue-collar fans?
Yeah, I'd say our whole team is. I mean, we play up here on Lambeau Field in the frozen tundra, just like the fans. We're going to come out here and bear it, win some football games, playoff football in the cold weather, and we're proud to bring that trophy home to you.
John Kuhn began his career with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It must have been special to play the Steelers and beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl.
Yes, it did. It was an incredible feeling, but I'll tell you what, it didn't matter who we were playing on Sunday. We were going to win that game and bring that trophy here back to Green Bay.
John Kuhn.
John Kuhn.
Kuhn, all right. When we come back, are you ready for the Super Bowl MVP?
Yeah.
He's next.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Well, here he is, direct from North Texas, your Super Bowl MVP, quarterback Aaron Rodgers.
What's up, Titletown? Hey, I just want you to know, for the next year, you guys can steal my belt celebration because we're the champions of the world. Put that on whenever you want. Hey, no, I just want to say that until 2 days ago, the greatest day of my sporting career was April 23rd, 2005, when this organization picked me in the draft. It's been a great journey the last 6 years with you guys. Been able to meet some great men and women, not only in this organization, but you all out there. We got the greatest fans in the world. Nothing better than Philadelphia, Atlanta, Chicago, and then down in Dallas, hear that Go Pack Go chant at the end of the game. We love you guys. It's been a great journey this year. A lot of ups and downs. You guys believed in us. I got to thank Ted Thompson, Mark Murphy, Mike McCarthy for putting this thing together, guiding us, believing us. My teammates, just incredible job they did. We added guys to the mix. We lost guys to the IR. Those guys are so important to us. We brought in guys who were hungry, who wanted to play and contribute. A lot of guys stepped up. And believing in each other. This is a great group of men. A lot of chemistry, a lot of high character in that locker room.
And we did it together, and we brought that title back home, baby. We love you.
Aaron Rodgers. Aaron, first off, we got to ask you, yesterday, the other Super Bowl press conference, Disney World, Letterman, back to Green Bay. What was that like?
I'm pretty tired right now. But it's a good time because we accomplished our goal. We set out March 16, 2010, and Mike brought the team together, and this was our goal. We put a picture on the wall so every day we could look at what we wanted to accomplish and bring another championship back to Titletown.
Aaron, you guys went into that game a very confident football team. Where did you guys derive all that confidence from?
I think from our preparation. You know, we can get a great week of practice in. These guys study the game plan, the film, and you know there's nobody who can stop us.
A lot of people before the Super Bowl, Aaron, were talking about the fact that the Packers would have to run the football somewhat effectively, maybe invest 30 carries in that game, in the game plan to run the football against the Steelers. You guys came out and did exactly the opposite, threw the football. Give us a little inkling of what the thinking was and the planning for that Super Bowl game plan.
I think you got to give credit to James Starks, the way he ran the football in this postseason. Really gave us a boost. But we really felt like if we spread the Steelers out, take their base defense off the field, that we could pick on them down the field. You know, it hurt to lose Donald in that game, but Jordy stepped up, had an incredible game. Yeah, get up for Jordy. But, you know, I think everybody in that locker room knows when we're spreading it out and protecting me and giving me some time, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
It sure is.
Aaron, we were never worried. Were you ever worried?
No. I got a lot of faith in these guys, and we've been through a lot together, a lot of adversity, but guys stuck together the entire season, believe in each other. This is the best locker room I've ever been a part of. These guys believe in each other. We love each other. We take care of each other. We pick each other up when we're down. And that game, when they start getting momentum, big fumble, and we had to cash in on points and put that thing away, and we did that. The defense came up big all year. You know, 6-point lead, needing to stop to win a championship, and they came up big.
Aaron, as you look ahead, you've mentioned it a couple of times now in the last 48 hours, championship again. This is not the end, it's the beginning, isn't it?
No, I sure hope so. You know, we got an incredible group of guys. The core is coming back. I tell you what, Green Bay, we're going to be right here next year doing this exact same thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Super Bowl MVP, Aaron Rodgers.
There he is. Tell you what, Larry, we've seen some good quarterbacks here. You played for a very good quarterback in Bart Starr. We may have another one on our hands here.
This guy ain't good, he's freaky good. He is great football player.
All right, when we come back, we'll wrap things up from Titletown. Coming up after these words.
A warm and fuzzy feeling that'll last all year. And I'll tell you what, the Green Bay Packers fans, they're Super Bowl caliber every season. This season, they got a team to match.
All right, folks, the title has returned to Titletown. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the winter. It'll be a warm one, thanks to the Lombardi Trophy being back here in Green Bay.
5 at 5 begins with continuing coverage of the Green Bay Packers and the Lombardi Trophy returning to Titletown.
Yes, the Lombardi Trophy is back at Lambeau Field.
After we lost the Arizona game last year, just in the exit interviews, the players felt very strongly that we had a team to go win a winning championship. They have great confidence, great resolve, unbelievable support from the Packer Nation, and we're going to do it again next year.
How about that?
Love it.
Fans waited 14 years to celebrate another Super Bowl victory.
So they did not mind spending a couple of hours in the freezing cold to see the players return to Titletown.
And as you might have guessed, Lambeau Field was sold out even on a bitterly cold day when they were shooting up fireworks in the middle of the afternoon.
Oh, isn't that a sight? Fans arrived hours early. They filled the parking lot, and these fireworks are actually going on right now. Fans were tailgating very early. It was only about 5 degrees.
Lance Allen, who just got back from Dallas yesterday, is up at Lambeau Field to continue our team coverage of the return to Titletown. Lance?
All right, thank you, Jake. And obviously you can tell that they are shooting off the fireworks as we speak, as they wrap up the return to Titletown coverage. Absolutely fabulous ceremony. Mike McCarthy just passed by me and said, "You got to be freezing." I said, "What about you?" But obviously the players, they're warm in their hearts because the Lombardi Trophy is truly home. Let's show you what happened earlier. About an hour ago, Mike McCarthy was the one that brought the trophy in to Lambeau Field and let everyone touch it all around the stadium. It was a truly special moment. And then the mayor of Green Bay said and pronounced the street nearby McCarthy's Way. So he already has what Mike Holmgren got, and that is a street named in his honor. And here's the head coach addressing the fans on this special day.
I just want to thank the fans. You're clearly an energy force for our football team. Just keep bringing that passion, that energy, and we'll keep bringing them trophies home back to you. Great job this year. Our path was different, obviously, just the way with the injuries and so forth, but they have great confidence, great resolve, unbelievable support from the Packer Nation, and we're going to do it again next year.
And that was the theme here, that they plan to have the team bring the trophy back again next year. They think they can do it again. There you see the fireworks going off as some people are leaving, but a lot of people wanting to stick around to enjoy the moment here at Return to Titletown. At Lambeau Field, Lance Allen, today's TMJ4. Mike Carroll, we pull out all the stops for you guys.
Unbelievable, a sellout crowd on a day when it's only in the single digits.
Well, you can understand, everybody's excited. Well, Mick Trevey spent the day with fans at Lambeau.
And he is live as we continue our Return to Titletown coverage. Mick?
Yeah, Mike and Carol, as the fireworks go off here and the fans come streaming out, it's been one big party here today as people revel in this Packers victory.
Fans started showing up at Lambeau Field early today to get pictures with statues of Curly Lambeau and Vince Lombardi. Bill Merritt drove nearly 24 hours to get here. He had a ticket to the big game in Dallas.
I'm happy for all the fans. You know, my father went to the first 2 Super Bowls ever, and now I got my chance, so, you know, I think it's going to be great.
It's a sense that being here is more than just a day. It's a chance to be at Lambeau Field for an incredible moment in time.
Oh, this is history in the making. I mean, you can't take anything away from Green Bay because Brett Favre brought us a long way. Nothing against saying things about Brett Favre. Now we got the new quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Wow, what a smooth quarterback. Playing the way he played all year long and taking us in there, I knew we were going to win. I had confidence all the way.
Inside the Lambeau Field atrium, a long line of people waited to buy Super Bowl merchandise. People bought it up almost as fast as the staff could bring it out. Mary Steinkraus of Germantown was shopping and caught our attention.
I do wear green and gold mohawk when I'm running, and I wore a jersey and pants, so it's nice to have everybody else join me in the excitement.
Now, Mike and Carol, we can tell you there were a few fans that came out and tried to tailgate today, but it's really, really cold up here. Most people seem to opt for some of the restaurants around here instead. We're live at Lambeau Field. Mick Trevey, today's TMJ4. Back to you guys.
Mick, I want you to wear one of those mohawks.
Oh, I love the mohawk.
I love that. That's great.
I think it'd look good, huh?
It would look good on you. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you very much.
Well, for a lot of fans, the Packers are a family tradition.
Lauren LeManchic is live at Lambeau. She has that part of our Return to Titletown coverage. Lauren.
You know, so many people today came here with their families, multiple generations, because it's not just about cheering on the team, it's about spending time with one another and that family tradition.
Pretty cool. What do you think, guys? Excited about this?
Yeah?
Yeah, the Packers won the Super Bowl. Yeah.
The Packers are a family affair for the Benteens. Todd brought his sons, Joe, Tom, and Danny. The four of them are always together for games.
We watch the Pack every week and get to a couple games, but we wanted to be here and celebrate with the Packers.
It all began with Todd's father-in-law, who attended the Ice Bowl.
The story was he put his name in for season tickets after the Ice Bowl, the Monday after, and he got them about 3-4 years ago. So we get to go to 2 games a year.
Todd started watching by his grandfather's side through the lean years of the 70s and 80s. And that's why this day, celebrating a Super Bowl with his sons is so special.
You never got to celebrate a Super Bowl with your grandpa then, I suppose.
Nope. But we're doing that today, though.
Well, I'll tell you, there were lots of little kids here today, too. We saw a bunch of them streaming out early because the cold was too much, but they had a great time here today, and everyone coming out's telling me it was all worth it. Reporting live at Lambeau, Lauren Lemanchek, today's TMJ4.